those, and then much later, after the emotional part, I was like, well, Bono would be very happy with me, you know. So yeah, whenever we're doing that song live, if we can, you know, if we're having a fun group of people, we'll probably jump into that, you know.
So how far in advance do you plan your life, Matt? Like, do you know how where you're going to be in, say, what is it now? We're in August. Do you know where you're going to be in December?
Hopefully I should be sitting happily on a new CD release and looking at a nice tour schedule for the spring. So it's
the Passerby tour.
Indeed, it's a lot of planning in order to do stuff like that. So you know, you can just never really stop. It's you know, I'm trying to get a good tour together for the fall so that I can hit up the main places where I go to play, but at the same time trying to do everything so that I can get Passerby done. And then once that gets through, you know, I'm hoping to get it out before Christmas so that everybody can, you know, make
stocking
that little,
stuffers.
Exactly, you know, make that little purchase, you know. So
when do you do radius touring? In the sense that, like, I know you go Texas to Austin a lot, or Texas to New Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you were saying that you go everywhere too, like all over.
It's kind of a, you know, I was kind of trying a number of different things where it gets a little exciting sometimes when you realize that you can go anywhere and you have access to people all over the place, and so sometimes you can tend to be a little overzealous as far as like touring, and you know, and it's like, well, I'm gonna go do here and I'm gonna go do this and all of that stuff. It's probably a little bit more likely that this tour for the fall will probably be a little bit more centered on the west and like the southwest, like the region where I'm actually from, because it's easy to get out to those places, and I've been out there more, you know, and so I want to go out there and just like, you know, see the people and keep growing those markets and stuff like that, you know, but hopefully be able to, you know, expand as things continue to get bigger with new songs and new opportunities because of new songs and things like that. So,
well, I mean, what does it take to make I mean, because obviously at the end of the day we all have to pay our rent.
It's true.
What does it take to make it worth your while in terms of like that you can justify going to, say, a Mobile, Alabama?
Sure.
Where we're at?
Oftentimes it'll be an opportunity to play with a bigger artist from that region, or sometimes you'll luck out and you can get a bar that pays a really high guarantee, and you know, that can end up making up for a lot of like the other lost income from other places on the tour. You know, it's just like, at least that's how I've been doing it so far, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, I didn't have a blueprint, you know. It was like I quit my job in July of 2005, and then I was touring in September. It was like, you know, I just heard, you know, like through the grapevine, it was like, well, when I'm doing music full time, I hear that you're supposed to tour. So I set up a tour, you know, just got on the phone and found some places in these different cities and just went out and started doing it. And fortunately, from playing out, I've met a lot of people and been able to play better venues and stuff like that. And so,
sleeping in your car when you first went out? Or?
You know, most
I
of the
noticed
time
that your
it was,
back of your truck was kind of cush.
It does have carpet, and I put that in there just in case. I've never had to actually sleep in my car before. I've been fortunate enough to always run into some nice people.
You're a couch surfer.
Exactly. or just, you know, I think when I graduated from high school and college, everybody must have had a caucus and gotten together and said, hey,
we're going to support Matt.
You go to this city, you go to this city. Whenever Matt's there, just let him stay there for a day or two.
Nice.
And it seemed to work out.
Well, you know, that's important. It takes a lot of stuff to make a successful career, and I think friends are definitely part of it.
Absolutely. They're
or what do we call them? Friends?
Friends, yes.
Friends, yeah, nice. So, like an 80-year-old woman.
Yes, exactly.
Love it.
Friends, yes.
All right, well, let's find some good light here, Matt. Let's just keep walking around until we find good light, because this is not it.
I'm going to close up the yield case here so I don't start a bug collection.
Ooh, hold on.
I haven't been in school very long. So.
For you?
Yes.
I'm a family man. I've been with my wife for a while.
Sure.
I'm lucky. I don't have to go anywhere for my job. In fact, I get to work from home. So, like,
right.
I'm a total hermit. But for someone like you who's on the road constantly, how does that affect your love life? I imagine that's sort of hard. Very understanding women.
Yeah. Yes, understanding, and also, kind of independent, needless to say. You know, it's just like I've noticed that it works best with people who
sort of
have a
their
lot of their own
lives.
stuff going on, and it's good, you know. Hopefully not of a lot of other people going on while I'm gone. No, I'm just kidding. But,
No, I think that's true. Yeah, you don't
yeah,
want
you
that.
know.
That's
So I
no
mean,
good.
it's just like people who have interests and who have things like that. You know, obviously not to discount any sort of emotion or anything like that at all, because I'm a pretty romantic / like emotion-driven individual. But you know, I also, here's how I like to describe myself. I'm definitely a dreamer, you know, thus I'm a musician, but at the same time I have a good sense of practicality, so it's like try to, you know, keep my head in the clouds while my feet are, while my feet are on the ground. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can stretch you a little thin, but you know, I think that's really the only way that you can do it. So
Well, you know what they say, that we're all three different people: who we think we are, who other people see us as,
Yeah.
and who we actually are.
Right.
And when you sort of blend all those three together, that's how you figure out who you are. So this is actually a really good opportunity. We've heard what Matt thinks of himself.
Right.
So now you guys can submit your video responses,
There you
or
go. Yeah.
your text, and how do you see Matt Jones?
Oh man.
Because we got to get to the bottom of this, and we can't do it with just his opinion. So
Right. That's right.
if we get the whole community together and figure out what everybody thinks of Matt, then
There it
maybe
is.
by December we can have a joint consensus.
There we go.
Merge them all together, and we'll find out
I'll finally
really what is
find
the
out
essence
who
of the
I really
real
am.
Matt Jones.
Absolutely.
Give true meaning to that phrase.
Oh man.
I think I know, but tell me, how did that phrase come about? Too many Matt Joneses in the world?
Oh yeah. Well, I was talking to Ben once again, my producer / creative consultant / good friend, and we were trying to come up with websites because mattjones.com was taken, mattjones.net, Matt Jones Music, Matt Jones Band, all this stuff is used up, and so he's like, well, just go with the real Matt Jones. I was like, yeah, I guess that could work.
And it worked.
So yeah, and then so ultimately it kind of stuck, and people think that it's moderately funny. So
I think it's
something
great.
Everybody who remembers. So
I mean, really, you got to have sort of something that separates you, and
right.
to claim the real. Have you trademarked it?
I haven't actually. So
Will the real Matt Jones please stand up?
I know, right? Yes. See, fortunately, it wasn't during the time when that song was popular. So
All right. Wave goodbye to the people, Matthew.
see ya.